Hello. Good Wednesday morning from Tommy Rants. As you can see, I'm still sitting in the hospital. Anybody else out there? I bet there are that have been promised one thing when they're in the hospital about their when they're getting out, and then either it's happened in a completely different way, which dragged out much longer, or it didn't happen at all on the date it was promised. I have. I'm sure some of you have. It seems like it's almost the formula for getting out of the hospital, or it used to be. I think I'm getting out today, and I think it will happen. But I got to tell you, it's discouraging. Like it's 9:40 a.m. Wednesday. It's discouraging when the new shift comes on. They run 12-hour shifts here, by the way. So all the nurses and floor employees work 3 12s a week, and that's considered a full week, and it is. Um, so they came on about 7:30ish, got to me about 8 o'clock, 8:15. Two of them happened to come in at the same time, and were bringing me meds and stuff, and talking about what was going to go on today, and I sensed routine in their voices, and I just thought I'd pop off a little, and I said, "Well, um, we're going to have just enough time to get acquainted, and then y'all are going to be kicking me out of here, right?" And one of them kind of whipped her head around and said, "No," and I said, "Well, you haven't heard anything about a discharge?" And it turns out they had not. Well, so since then, in my doings with them, they've kind of come to accept that I might be right, but not through any evidence. And I've kind of come to accept that things could go south because I've had it happen to me before. But what I've known all along, when, now I'm going on the assumption that things are the way that they were 20 years ago in the hospital, because I was in and out quite a few times in Dallas and that area. I'm in Waxahachie right now at a Baylor, and is on discharge day. I remember the way they used to do it. They would assign you a discharge nurse, and often one you'd never met during your stay, even if you'd been there for a week or so. She'd come in like the afternoon before. He or she introduced themselves, and I'll tell you, "I'm going to be your discharge nurse tomorrow." Well, when that occurs, it doesn't mean a thing to you, because you're excited about going home, and you're like, "Oh, okay, lady, you're the one that's going to, haul me downstairs in the wheelchair. Nice chatting with you. See you tomorrow." What you find out is that person is your personal savior for that day, and if you lose track of them, or give them a hard time, you may not be leaving when you think you are. They used to go around and check off every little department. I guess they were making sure all the medicines are covered. We didn't accidentally give Tommy a free $18 Tylenol or anything like that before checkout. So all that would happen, and then I would imagine there's some playtime for the person. They go off to eat lunch, whatever. Probably not. I'm joking. My mom, my wife's mom was an RN at Baylor, as a matter of fact, in Dallas for years, and she worked 3 12s and worked her butt off doing it. And they're a fine group of people, and they are too. And here in Waxahachie, has nothing to do with them. It's the system. I got to believe it's been streamlined since COVID, but the information highway has got a jam in it, or it's just all detours, because nobody knows a thing. However, I do have a couple of aces in the hole, excuse me. My doctor came by and looked at me yesterday and sat in my room and told me this was going to happen, me leaving today. They won't ever promise you a time. Um, when you're in the hospital and you've been waiting to talk to your doctor, if good news happens, like you get to eat for the first time, your doctor's going to be there to make sure that you know uh, that doctor had something to do with it. Good things don't show up on their own. They don't show up when you ask the nurse. That's not enough. They show up when the doctor's present, or when he comes in and says, "I think I'll let you eat now," and then he walks out and the food comes in right behind him. Anyway, that's all. I'm saying all that just for kind of humor, but there's a lot of truth in it. So, my ace in the hole is that, and the fact that a young lady who is a partner and resident here, doctor, comes by every day and gives me a little status report and asks me questions. And today was, "You're going to be leaving today, Doctor Blah Blah has signed a release, and that'll be happening later on." I could tell I asked the question wasn't going to do any good, so I said, "Thank you, thanks for coming around, see ya." And then the new shift came on, and they didn't even know that she came by. So that's how much of a void in the information chain there is. So I just brought this up because I'm sitting here doing nothing, and I announced to a couple, not announced, but I commented on a couple of people, to a couple of people last night through other videos that, yay, I'm getting out tomorrow. And so this is kind of my way of bringing it out that I am getting out, but might as well kind of chronicle what a pain in the ass it can be in the medical system to when you go to an emergency room to seek attention, you find out how slow the medical system can be, and it's no different in checking out. That process remains slow right through that. However, I bet you it'll be like checking in was. Once it becomes common knowledge between me, some other party, and maybe even all my staff here, like they're all mine, the 2 or 3 people that have to deal with me, God love them, when they find out about it, and uh, things will happen quick. That's the way it was checking in here at emergency. It was dead for 3 hours, and then the spotlight was on me and my group, and it was done quick, and I was admitted and back in a room. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna happen. Let me check the time. 8:36. Imagine anybody that was watching this dropped off by now, but I'm gonna keep talking because I'm not doing anything else. I do want. I remember why I wanted to do this. The big reason. Ralph P. was one of the people that left a comment on one of my videos yesterday. Thanks, Ralph. And when I do casita videos, he usually leaves a comment about them, and always something about thanks for you know going out there and seeking casita information and presenting it to us. So he always politely does that, and it always kind of leaves me short of words because I very seldom know what my next video is going to be, and if it's going to be a casita video, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do on that video because it's hard to come up with different angles and stuff. The fact that I live near the factory gives me some freedom to just on the fly go over there and just do something, and maybe something will happen. So I have that kind of that helps for me. but he gave me an idea, not specifically him to me, but reading his reply or comment, I got an idea about a new way to maybe do or some casita videos. And see what any of y'all think about this. I wish somebody would say so. And I'm thinking of maybe later today or this weekend make a more proper video when I get the hell out of here. Um, and I want to make a plea to people who are in line right now, waiting to pick up their casita. And I know there's some out there because I've heard from y'all. And if I've heard from you, then there's a bunch of you because I don't have that big a channel, and I really don't get that many comments. And I'd like to generate more comments because I read them all, and I answer all of them. And it's a back and forth between people that are interested in casitas and people that own them. And for someone who's waiting in line right now, I don't care if it's a person, a couple, I don't care if you're 8 or 80. Um, if you're 8, you wait till you get your license, though, young man, before you can pull that casita around. 18 to 80, let's say, or 90. And I'd love to connect with you. Um, and just, I'm not trying to break into your life or anything like that. But stay connected through the buying process and kind of be there in a passive, out of the way role. Um, with the goal being to do a video on what it's like to, what the experience of pickup day is like. And then if somebody would be interested in doing that with me, um, then I can think of other things, and I'm sure many of y'all could too before that. I was curious as hell when I bought my casita, and from as soon as I started looking at them, but particularly the day I ordered it, knowing I had an 8-month wait. Um, we're at 12:37. I'm gonna kill it about 15. I hope. I was, and I'm still curious. What do other people experience? What made them get a casita? And are they going to do the things they thought they were going to do when they bought it? How much of a strain financially was it for them? Did they spend more than they wanted to, or did they go really conservative, or were they wise about it, unlike me, and save some of the um, accessories and all that for after they get the unit, or just different ways things happened. If it's a husband and wife, who was it a joint effort right from go, or did one have to persuade the other? Stuff like that, and but also, how do you use your casita? Which model you going for? And I'm thinking there's got to be some people out there in line or getting ready to put down their deposit. They're wondering, they're curious about the casita community probably, and wondering, about that too, the same way I wondered about it. Because the videos you watch, including mine, are, the, some are rah rah casita, some are showing the good and the bad. Yeah, I believe all the people that have done videos on casitas are, doing what they can do and what they do best at, and all or most of them are better at it than me. I stumbled into doing this, and it's still a big effort for me because I don't know that much about electronics, and I remember the first first video I was able to put out. I don't even remember if I released it, but um, I became fascinated and then that was in September of 2021. So I've only been doing this about a year and a half, but um, you to be able to say what's on your mind, release it, just even if nobody else could see it. Since I was a little kid, but me and my friends were always curious about it, especially video. I mean, even Super 8 and all that was a big deal, but VHS was. I even worked as an editor on VHS tape for Republic Bank back in the, oh gosh, late 70s, I guess, mid to late 70s. And for a guy that I knew that worked there and did videos. And so I got to help him learn about doing that. But it didn't help any about this, because this is a whole different thing. If you got a camera, that works, and then you can be on YouTube. And for example, the video I put out yesterday, I filmed yesterday, and as soon as I was done filming it, it was one of the few videos I didn't download and at least convert and resave in a different format, and I'm going to do the same thing today. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to hit upload, and hopefully that'll happen within about 5 minutes, and this thing will be out. It's about 9:58 right now. I'm getting ready to sign off. Hopefully by 10:15 at the latest it'll be out. But current status is I'm still here. I brought up all that stuff at the end, and I've left it a lot unsaid because I just, in a way, my channel name is a sentence, Tommy Rants. That's what it is. I do rant. Okay, yeah, we just hit 17 minutes. This is, close it out. So I will get out today. I believe that. And I'm going to jump immediately. I'm not going to work this week, and I don't know about next week. And this is without even knowing what the doctor's going to say. But I'm mobile and all that, and I know nothing's compromised in that department. So I'm going to get my ass out in that trailer and address something. I'm going to make some sense out of these ideas I got, and hopefully get some feedback from y'all and see who thinks they're a good idea, because it's good and fun to stay connected with Casita and other Casita people. It's not so easy to keep doing videos and make them interesting. Thanks to everybody and all y'all, and I'm hoping I can improve a lot here in the near future and quickly. So, signing out. Looking forward to getting out of here. See you soon. And maybe I'll have something else out tonight. I don't know, but this is going out right now. So Tommy has quit ranting, but Tommy Rant signs off. Check you later.